Pair of tens, though, for E.Ylon, who is running. I think he's gone all in with them. I was going to say he's running short-ish, 4 million. He's going all in, and I think it might well be a call with the ace-jack. It is half of his stack, though. So Peter has a tricky decision. It's quite hard to fold ace-jack at this point. But if he loses, he will then be on 20 big blinds. So a big decision for Peter. Trying to work out what he's up against. E.Ylon Israel from Israel. All in with tens. Tricky spot for Peter. E.Ylon giving him a broad smile.
First time? Nah, not of time. Good for you. We are first timers here.
Peter trying to get information out of him.
You need a good hand to call it out.
My bad. 17, I would have snapped. 20. I think I still.
Fairly even, 50-50 really, these kind of flips. The ace-jack being suited just gives him a slight edge, and I think he's called. And we're going to the races, everyone. We could see our first casualty of this 9-handed final table, and Peter increasing his stack by 50%, or a double up for E.Ylon Israel in seat 8. Let's see what we get on the flop. Good flop for the tens. Very little draw there for the ace-jack. Needs to hit an ace or a jack, and there's a jack. Poor old E.Ylon got it in pretty good and is now behind and is knocked out in 9th place. And P.Kamaras in good shape there. Peter now with King 9 offsuit, using his table image to raise in the hijack. Oh, as our young Israeli friend got another big hand. Taken a few already. Ace Queen, he does have a big hand. So looks like we've got a 3-bet happening. Raise to 400k and a re-raise to 1.2 million. Wow, and we also have Ace Queen in seat 1. Gabriel from Slovakia. Interesting position for him. What does he do? He has 11 million. He has a very playable stack and decides against it. Looking to get involved in his first hand and has to fold to a 3-bet. Totally understand that. Suddenly you're Ace Queen, and he's even telling his neighbor what he had. I like that. Ernst from Austria, we haven't seen him play yet. He's our short stack on the table in seat 2. But Ernst now knows that Gabriel had Ace Queen. Peter, King 9. It's a big call, really. 800k. He's getting odds, but he's really not got the hands. Although King 9 does play well. It's one of those funny hands that it does play well. Peter will know that, but honestly, it's not a good call against a strong 3-bet. Of course, he won't listen to me. That's why he's a very accomplished tournament player. So it looks like we have a call. No, we don't. It's a 4-bet. I apologize. I couldn't see the chips. I think Peter could be in trouble here, because I'm not sure this young man from Israel in seat 7 is going to look to fold his Ace Queen. He's just the only hand he's going to be worried about is Ace King, possibly kings or aces. But this is a lovely 4-bet by Peter, really using his table image there, putting the pressure on the Ace Queen. It's not an automatic. call. It's not an automatic fold or raise. He really has all three options. And you can see his body language. He really doesn't know which way to go at the moment. I think he's favouring the fold. I think he may feel he's up against ace king and folds. What a great play by Peter. Really starting to dominate this table already, and was not one of the chip leaders when we started. He's only got 12 big blinds, and finally it's time to make a move. 2 big cards will get called. Oh, that's an interesting hand in the small blind, Queen 10. But he has a player behind him, so he's in a more difficult spot to call. Does the big blind have a hand? Denech from Czech Republic. Ace King, he does have a hand. We have a perfect race, a pair of 5s against Ace King. Ace King will be calling. And we have a player at risk. Seat 2 is at risk if the Ace or King or some kind of counterfeit hand hits. So Ernst all in, 5 million in the pot. Classic race. Who's going to be smiling at the end of this hand? This is Ernst's first hand on the final table. So far, so good. Doesn't really want to hit a 5, giving a straight draw to his opposition. And that's a good card for the pair of 5s. Only an ace or a king. He needs to fade to double up. And he hits his set.
You're lucky the turn was not a 4. That sucks.
Short stack at the beginning, doubled up with his pair of 5s, now has a lovely pair of coconuts, pair of kings. Raises to 900k, so it's 3x bet. It's a very big raise. Oh no, what awful timing. He's just doubled up and he could be leaving us very shortly as Shlomo has the aces. I think he's just, is he flat called or is he re-raised? I can't actually see the chips. He's 3 bets 2 million, and I'm pretty sure that our Austrian friend Ernst in seat 2 will push all in with his kings, and he will get snapped by the aces. If he folds this, he's a genius. Very, very hard to fold. Pair of kings when you're still relatively short stacked. So he only has about 18 big blinds. All in and call, and he's got the bad news. The classic aces against kings, 11 million in the pot. Poor old Ernst hardly played a hand, played one hand, doubled up. This is his second hand, and unless he spikes a king, he is doubling down and out of here. No king there, and no backdoor flush either. Just 2 kings in the deck. Otherwise, we will lose our 8th place finisher, and we do. Ernst E.Strau from Austria bids everyone goodbye. Yeah, a few fist pumps, and we are down to 7 in the final table of the Slovak Poker Open. And we have an all-in with a pair of 3s, our very short stack with 5 big blinds, just about 6 big blinds, pushes with the 3s. Shlomo going to look him up.
Jedna sedm, okay, 1.7. Okay.
Peter will, of course, look him up with the jacks. Is he going to raise, though, to try and isolate here? He's got an ace behind him. Does indeed raise. And we have the threes against the jacks. Looks like Peter will be knocking another player out unless our Czech friend gets very lucky with the threes. No good there. Backdoor diamonds, no good either. Only a three. Otherwise, we will lose our... Oh, a three on the end. And we have a double up for Dinesh in seat 4. Pair of eights now. Under the gun. We can play 5-3 suited. I'll certainly be raising with eights. Slightly different raise, 725. I don't know what information that will give. Queen 10 suited. Is it a hand to get all in with? To be honest, I think he's waiting for the pay jump for seat 9 to be out. Slow-mo with an ace. Not quite sure where he was. Quite a few players behind him. Ace queen though on the button for Roy. I'll see a raise here. No, we won't. We'll see a flat call in position. Not a bad way of playing this because he doesn't want to be shoved all in, and we'll have an idea when a flop comes of where he is. Ace 7 coming in as well. Good price for him to call. Well, the old blind check. Ace 10-7. The ace 7 has hit 2 pairs, but he's checked it. Might do well here because I think Roy will be betting this with his ace queen. Might even see Eula having a pop at it, being the original raiser. Oh, okay. So ace queen bet 700k, and Gabriel has raised him all in. We've got, should get a double up here from Gabriel unless Roy hits his queen. Sees the bad news. That blind check worked really well. Only a queen will knock Gabriel out. Possibly a 10. We'll give him, ace 7 doubles up. So Gabriel back in the game from Slovakia, our local player who's been pretty unlucky up till now and has deserved his luck.
Ne, já mám měl něco sedu, mám měl něco dáma.
and a third player, not much more than that. All in with the ace-10. And Peter's table image may come into view here by pushing all in with the king-6. This time he does get called by the short stack. 3 million, ace-10. Anything can happen, of course. Maybe a 65% favourite. Jack 6-2, the 6 is hit by Peter. So now only an ace or a 10 to survive. Zvi has survived most situations, and that's not one of them. 6 cards in the pack. And a 5 is no good. So we finally lose our 6th place. It's getting very good odds to call. 2.8 million, 3-1. And he is calling. Peter dominating at the moment with his king-queen suited, only because we can't see Roy's hand. But his chips went in so quickly, I think we have to give him respect that he has a good hand and possibly better than king-queen suited. Definitely better than 7-6 suited. There you are. Putting my neck on the line on that one. I think I'm safe. Obviously a pair of 4s now. So we can't see his hand, so we don't know what he's hit, but I'm saying something like ace-jack or possibly a mid-pair. That's a pretty good hand for Peter. He's going to bet this. That won't be good news for either player still in this pot. Roy is all in. And if he does have a pair, 9s, 10 jacks, he's going to be behind. TD trying to get a read on the cards. And Roy turns over. I was right. 9s or 10s. Good guess. But unfortunately for him, King Queen is dominating now. Needs to hit a 10. No runners any good. Just a 10 now. 2 10s in the deck. Well, we will lose. Yep. We lose our 5th place finisher. Very good play from this young man. Done well to keep up with some. Nice raising hand with 4 players left.
In January we have the discount for the Christmas.
Jack 10 suited. Very playable hand. Min raise for Peter. I don't know whether any of them in the break will have seen Gabriel loosening up. This time he's got a big hand. Kings on the button. And a big raise. He's hoping Peter has one of his better hands. Oh no, we could get in trouble. First hand back from the break. Ace King on the small blind for Eula. He's got 11 million. It's 2.8 to call. 22 big blinds. I think he's gone all in. Hard to tell. Yeah, he has gone all in. 11 million. Well, he's going to get looked up by Kings. Peter will release his Jack 10. And Gabriel will call with kings. Needs to hit an ace. An ace from space. Otherwise, we will lose our 4th place finisher as Gabriel covers him with his 15 million. Played a very good game, Gabriel, so far. Hope he doesn't get unlucky on this hand. Wow, unlucky isn't the word. Ace-King has smacked the board with the Broadway straight. Only an ace to split. What a flop for Ace-King. And a big double up there for Euler. To be honest, it was a car crash of a hand. Both players are going to get all in four-handed. Kings against Ace-King. I mean, it's what's called a cold deck, or I call a car crash, because nothing could avert the two players going all in. An immediate all-in with his 4 million, with a pair of sevens. Count being requested by Euler. Folds his ace-3. However, King-Jack suited is a different ball game. Shlomo may well look at calling here, but he does have Peter behind him. I'm sure both of them are experienced enough to realise there's no point attacking each other here. They want to knock out this player in 4th. So we go to the races. King-Jack suited and sevens at risk with Gabriel. Or will he double up to 8.5 million?
And bucket pair for
King. King.
Ace-3 folded, don't forget. And there's the jack. Sevens in a lot of trouble now. Gabriel's done pretty well to get to 4th. Just looking for a 7 on the river. 3's held up last time. There's a 2, no good. We lose our 4th place finisher, winning around about 20,000 euros. I think he's at his best with these kind of spots, making raises with variable hands on the basis that his opposition is likely to have the kind of hand that can't call a raise. So this is back in his element, back in his game, whatever happens. But he could be in trouble here. Fantastic hand, 3-way for Euler with queens. Another pained expression, a bit like hitting the nuts before, or he had the absolute nuts on the turn and the river. So Peter does not want to hit a queen or a jack. Good hand for queens. Peter doesn't like checking unless he has it. I'll usually be betting when he's already raised.
КБ. 3 миллиона 150. 3 миллион 150. Sedmička. Bet. Yeah.
Should see a bet here, or at least a call.
150. Двойка пол.
I like this. Reeling him in again. Second time he's done this. Peter does not want to hit. Peter now measuring up his bet, and it's quite a big one.
Sedmička bet.
Will Euler play back at him? Problem is he's got the queens and aces come on board. Peter in effect is representing that. Measuring out the 5.8 million to call though. Wow, and folds his queens. Peter's nicked another pot he had no right to. That's incredible. Interesting hand, 3-way and 8-9 suited for Shlomo. Short stuck at the table. Well, Peter folds Jack-8. We know that this Hungarian player likes slow connected cards. He's played 5-3, 6-3, 7-6, lots of these kind of low connected hands.
How much? 75 more.
75?
No.
Checking it out.
Euler has hit bottom pair, but he's up against a raising hand. Now 2 diamonds and the straight draw for Shlomo. Gut shot to the 9, meter 7, or any diamond. And he's decided to put maximum pressure on, but he's up against 2 pairs. He needs to hit now. It's a call. Shlomo probably disappointed in what he sees. Doesn't really change his odds though. Doesn't matter what hand is beating him. So he needs to see a 7 or a diamond. There's the 7. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and double up for Shlomo. And a lot of outs there. And that's a big hand. That was always brewing, that one. To raise to 1.3 million. Peter now with a very playable 10-8 suited. Is he going to put the pressure back? Likes re-raising in this kind of spot. Repping a much bigger hand than he has, but still a very playable, dangerous hand. I think he's going to come up against it. If he does raise, there'll be an all-in shove with the ace-king suited. But this will not stop Peter. So he's in effect repping the hand that Shlomo has. And I think we will see an all-in shove.
4,650,000.
Oh my God, we got queens as well. All in for 2.6 million. Shlomo will come over the top with his ace king. Peter will get out of the way and we will have a race. I think that's how it will go. Peter's actually re-raise bigger, his 3-bet's bigger than the all-in. I think he has gone all in and Peter folds. Ace king against queens. Both quite surprised by this. Let's see if Peter's 10-8 of clubs would have got anywhere. 2 premium hands, very hard to have 1 premium hand in your 3-handed, let alone, now there's the ace, but hearts has got the draw. Any heart to the queen of hearts, and we have a double up and still in the game. In fact, it's more than a double up because Peter put chips in, it's a treble up. There's a queen, and that will be that. Yeah, fantastic. So nice treble up there for Euler. Our short stack got maximum value there. A7 on the small blind for Peter. Any ace strong with such. But an even better ace appears on the big blind. His timing of his hands has been particularly good. Every time someone's had a hand, and it's an all in and a call, we could see a double up here. Euler has done very well with his short stack and has been ahead every time that he's re-raised. This time Peter has an ace 7, did not want to fold. So at risk with the ace jack suited. The way Peter's running though, no, that's a very good flop for ace jack. Peter drawing pretty well dead now. Unless a bigger card comes. No. So nice double up there for Euler. Our night goes on, people. Nice hand here on the big blind. Will he play back with king queen? He's been slow playing his hands quite a lot. This time I think he's playing back. At Peter especially, who has tended to be more aggressive with a wide range of hands, let's say. So I think this is a good 3-bet with a king queen. Just because Peter has jack 4 and on paper a weak hand does not mean he folds. He may well re-raise. There's lots of ways he'll play this hand. If he feels it will get through, he will 4-bet. I think it might be a mistake here. Oh, he's just posturing, looking like he has a bigger hand than he has, but playing it a bit safer. And guess what? He's hit 2 pairs. All his weaker hands just about in this final table have hit. In fact, he's had a problem and he's had the better hand. Except for the ace 7. C-bet coming in from Shlomo. He's never on a slow-mo, or Shlomo. It's quite hard to say that. So Peter is only really losing to ace-7. And ace-7 is unlikely to be betting here. Rather, we want to check. So I think Peter will feel confident. His 4 is ahead. Just needs to avoid a king or a queen. Otherwise, he is in danger of coming third. There's a queen. Beautiful timing, as usual. I do like this job when you kind of predict something and then it happens. Always makes it more fun. Shlomo's already bet the flop. Checking his stack. He has less than the pot at the moment. Small, enticing bet. 3.5 million. Oh, Peter. Peter. This could be your last hand if you go too aggressive. He's got the right amount to go all in, but what he doesn't know is that Shlomo cannot fold. And it's disguised. The queen is quite disguised. Pleasant surprise to see the 4. Peter knew his time was up when the chip got thrown in. Only a 4 will save him here. And we lose Peter in third place. And that's a heck of a result for Eula, who has been holding on by his fingernails.
7 race, 2.4 million. 2,4. Trojka.
These are the kind of hands that gets one or other player into trouble. Raise with the 9-6 offsuit and a call with a queen-5 offsuit. Already 5.6 million in the pot. Both players have hit. Second pair for Shlomo, and our short stack has got the up and down draw. Gonna bet his 6 here. Well, a strong bet.
3 million. 3 million.
Looks like half the pot. Tricky spot here. Certainly a tricky spot of how to play it. May just elect to call. Because if he goes all in and is called, he has to hit. At least this way he can control a little bit, depending on the turn. Depends how much he likes to draw. He's got more than the up and down. He's got
26, 7,200,000. Sedmička re-raise all in, trojka call, showdown please.
Raise and a call. Player at risk is
Let's enter.
Almost up and down.
Up and down.
3. Okay.
our short stack. But a lot of cards to hit. Any 8, any 3, any queen.
Oh shit.
There's the 3.
Okay.
Hits is straight. He has really hit some draws today. Kept him in about 4 times so far. So big double up. He is fighting hard. Back in the game.
13,600,000.
כן.
13,600,000.
Call for me. In the game. Смешка есть 2400.
Easy raise there with the King Jack. And he's going to find some resistance with Euler on an Ace King. Usual bit of Hollywood, I would think. And a strong re-raise. 4-bet. Sorry, a 3-bet coming up.
7-7.
Только 7,700,000. Смешка all in. Trojka call. Showdown. King F mمكن جاله. King check. مش يمين.
All in and call. We Ace King against King Jack. Wow. This could turn the whole
Check.
tournament in Euler's favour, and he's hit his ace. Spades no good. 2 Shlomo, because the King of Spades is in his hand. We have a very big double up here, and completely reversed. Now, Euler is our chip leader for the first time, and Shlomo
4-7.
Trojka raise. 4700.
Euler picking up a pair of ducks on the button, raising to 4.7 million. Blinds, of course, 700, 1.5 now. Looks like it's all in and a call. We could be in the same position. 2 overcards against a pair of 2s.
King.
And are we going to get another swing towards Euler? And reverse the positions that they're in.
King. And King.
It's a pretty good flop for the King. He's hit a gut shot draw to the Queen. Any King, any 4, any Queen. 40% equity against the pair.
Oh, death.
Also a good card. Counterfeit possibilities now. The 9, the Jack, the King, the 4, the Queen. A lot of outs now. Similar equity. And the 2s somehow hold up. And double up, big double up for Euler. He's got his boys in, his supporters are in. Big broad smile, and this massively long heads up continues.
23.3.
Raise 3.5. 3,5.
Call.
Showdown.
Damo to się mnie.
Good luck.
Queen. Money. Dash money. Queen.
Eights.
Queen.
Winning at the moment, set of eights against queens. Very, very unlucky for Shlomo, who got it in with such much the best hand. Just a call with the 10-7. Playing Jack 10, definitely be a raise here. All in with a 10-7, and he will get called. Is this the end of the tournament? Or will we get yet another
11.
strange turn up and a short stack double up? Can't fold Jack 10 suited, heads up. Definitely not a folding hand.
Okay, call again.
Call showdown.
Can't believe Shlomo is actually spending time thinking about it.
Oh.
10-7 שלו, 10 ילד שלי.
Finish.
10-7
He
שלו.
did make the call in the end. And we finally have a player at risk with the worst hand by far. Let us see if he can spike a 7 or an 8. 8 would give him the straight. He survived 3 or 4 of these.
7 or 8.
Jack is playing at the moment. Only an 8. 7's no good. And we finally have a winner in Shlomo from Israel. And he played a very, very good final once Peter went. And Eula, an excellent performance as well. Survived some amazing hits. I will wish you a very good night, everyone. I need some sleep. Good night, all. See you for the Winnimax extravaganza in 2 weeks' time. Night, night from JJ Hazan, Banco Casino, Bratislava.
To już poczytał.
Potom, co chcecie,
Ale keď to nedovážeš, tak je to nedovážeš.
Bože, ja... Easy, nalož červené, prosím, dobre? Ďakujem.